Good morning, ladies. It's Ida Johnson with Purposeful Living, and happy Monday to you. I am been looking outside and just been enjoying this Monday morning so much. I mean, I hear the birds singing, and the sun is so shiny, and it has just seemed to just make me feel so great inside and feels like springtime, and I am thankful for it. Well, I pray your Monday is going fabulously so far. And I am so excited to be with you this morning and share just a little bit of God's Word and what I've been thinking about here this morning. And reflecting on our theme for purposeful living for this month, it's being chosen, the thought of being chosen. I mean, I think we all can rejoice and get excited when we're chosen for good things, right? For instance, maybe being chosen to receive $1 million, or chosen to go on a fabulous trip, or chosen to receive a free gift, or chosen for lots of good things. I think we all can rejoice in that. But then, there are times when we may be chosen to do some hard things, which, may turn the channels completely differently. We may say, look, I think I'll pass on that, or no, I think they'll be better at that. I think this person can do that better, or no, I'm not strong enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not wise enough, I don't have enough strength. Nah, I'm gonna pass on that. But there are times when we're chosen to do the hard things and we really can't pass on them. I know that through my life, I've had to step up and do some hard things I never would have chosen for myself, things that I never would have thought I had even the wisdom or the strength to accomplish. But then, I'm finding out that I didn't do it alone, that I had lots of help from God, and that He saw me through. And it's the same for you. Sometimes we may be chosen to do some hard things in life, but the good thing is that we don't have to do them alone. I'm reminded in the passage in Exodus 3, verses 11 and 12. And we're talking about Moses here. Moses was a mighty man of God, but he felt he had a lot of weaknesses. He had a speech impediment, and when God chose him to do some hard things, I mean, Moses grew up in the house of Pharaoh, and he was favored there. He lived in luxury. Now, I'm sure that part was easy for Moses, but through a series of events led Moses to become the deliverer of the Israelites, delivering them from captivity from Pharaoh and the Egyptians. Now, I know that was hard for Moses, because he even told, God, look, who am I? Who am I that you think that I can do this big old thing that you've called me to do? Living in the palace and enjoying the luxuries, that was easy. Thank you for choosing me for doing that. But coming out and doing this hard thing you're asking me to do, Lord, here's a bunch of excuses of why I cannot. I'm not the one for it. So the passage in Exodus, third chapter, verses 11 and 12 says, "But Moses protested to God, 'Who am I to appear before Pharaoh? Who am I to lead the people of Israel out of Egypt?' God answered, 'I will be with you.'" Listen to God's response. He said, "I will be with you." He did not even recognize Moses's inferiority complex. He didn't recognize Moses' strength or his weaknesses, because you know what? It wasn't even about Moses and what he could do. It was all about God and his strength. He said, "I will be with you." And what I love about God is that you can go to him and you can tell him your triumphs, and you can tell him your weaknesses. We can't tell our weaknesses, or feel we can't share our weaknesses with a lot of people, but we can go to God honestly and say, look, This is how I'm feeling. I don't feel adequate. I don't feel like I'm enough. And a lot of times we're not. A lot of times we are not enough, but with God's strength, we are enough. And not in ourselves, but in Him. He makes us enough, and we are enough for Him. And with all that we have and all that He is leading and guiding us, we can accomplish the hard things that He puts in front of us because He is with us. He promised us that, hey, if I put this before you, I'm not going to send you out on your own. I'm going to be with you. And trust that it's important enough to get accomplished. That's why I'm sending you, but I'm not sending you alone. I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go before you. I'm going to be with you. And that's what we can hold on today. So even in the hard things, ladies, the things that we're chosen for the hard things, know that it's not dependent on any of our inadequacies because God makes us enough and He chose us to do the task. And I'm so thankful. And sometimes, you know what, I'm scared as I can be, but if I know that He is with me, then I can go through and accomplish those hard things with Him and through His strength and not on my own. And so ladies, I don't know what the hard thing is that you've been chosen to do. Maybe you've been chosen to raise a sick child or a disabled child. Maybe you've been chosen to take care of your elderly sick parents. Maybe you've been chosen to carry a large load on your work, in your workplace. Maybe you've been chosen to lead a group of people that you don't feel like you are adequate enough to lead. Let me tell you, if God chose you to do it, He's going to give you the equipment and He's going to equip you with everything you need to get the job accomplished. Yes, it may be hard sometimes, but listen, with God, you can do it. And we at Purposeful Living, we're rooting for you. We are encouraging you and we are cheering you on in the easy things and in the hard things. Know that we are rooting for you. You can do it in God's strength. We love you so much and we thank you for joining in and tuning in with us this morning. God bless you and have a marvelous week.